Hello everybody and welcome to Mount&Blade Warband. I got a bit of an itch I needed to scratch. I felt like playing the game. I had a particular build in mind I wanted to go for. So I figured, hey, why not? Let's play the game, have some fun, and if you happen to like it, sure, cool, sounds good. Mount&Blade's been out for a fairly long time now, and it's a game that I've never beaten, and from what I've seen online, a lot of people haven't beaten it because you'll get so far into the game, spending hours upon hours upon hours upon hours upon hours in the game, only to put it down and then not come back to it for like a month, and then you're like, oh, I want to create a new game now. Which is exactly what I'm doing today, so let's do this. Alright, so we're going to start a new game. This is going to be a very cavalry-centric game. As a matter of fact, it's going to be cavalry only. I'm not going to have any other troops, just to give it a shot, see what happens. Something I've never done before. But here we are. Welcome, adventurer, to Mount&Blade Warband. Before beginning the game, you must create your character. Remember that in the traditional medieval society depicted in the game, war and politics are usually dominated by male members of the nobility. That does, however, mean that you should not choose to play a female character, or one who is not of noble birth. Male nobles may have a somewhat easier start, but women and commoners can attain all of the same goals, and in fact may have a much more interesting if more challenging early game. We are going to be a male because I wanted to move a little smoother, I suppose. It's going to be a bunch of sausage fest riding horses out in open fields. Cool. We're going to be a male. I'm going to pick an impoverished noble. For anybody who hasn't played this game, there are 4 different options you get to pick in character creation that kind of help determine your starting stats. 5 if you include picking male or female. An impoverished noble specifically, you start off with your own banner, which is kind of awesome. And it does make it to where other people, like other nobles, realize that you are a noble of some kind, even if you're not necessarily from this land. From Colradia, which is the name of the land you're in. Let's go with impoverished noble. So, I don't remember all of the options here. Nobleman's court. I'm trying to think what would be the best in terms. I imagine a stepchild. A stepchild. He's my stepdaddy. A stepchild probably be the best in terms of horse skill. So I'm going to go with that. So on this one, for horse skill, I could be a squire, which would definitely give me that boost. But I do want some intelligence to my character. I don't want him just to be a complete moron. You also get more skill points if you put points in intelligence. I believe a university student specifically, it does start you out with a book, which is key. I really want my character to have a book because books give you different benefits. So we're going to go with a university student. And this is what happened, like this is the reason why did you leave home. I am a personal fan of being forced out of your home from a narrative standpoint. Because, you know, you're an impoverished noble, and eventually you just run out of money, and your landlord kicks your ass out. What can you do? But, let's do it. Being forced out of your home. Only you know exactly what caused you to give up your old life and become an adventurer. However, you know you cannot go back. There's nothing to go back to. Whatever home you may have had is gone now, and you must face the fact that you're out in the wide, wide world, alone to sink or swim. Become an adventurer and ride to your destiny. Alright, now we get to pick our banner. So, what kind of banner do we want? We are going to be horse lords. That is key here. So we'll see what we can do. Let's go to... How do I... Oh, there we go. That wasn't letting me go down. That was weird. Next page. Nope, don't. The roses are nice. Look at all the fleur-de-lis. Let's go to the next one. Okay, alright. I kind of like this red border, gold with the red horse in the center. It's the best one I've seen so far. Next one. This horse with that. Not as much of a fan of that weird puke green color scheme, though. Let's keep looking around. What else? You know what? I kind of like... no, I'm going to go with this one. Alright, so we're going to go with this red border. The skill tree system in this game I find very intriguing. It can be a little tiring at times just because it feels like such a long process. But any game, like once you get to a certain level, it feels like it takes forever to level up, I suppose. So let's go ahead and put point in each of these. Every 3 levels gets you an extra level you can put points into your skills over here. I'm going to be a horse lord. Horses, specifically, you need riding, which is agility. I also want to get my strength up to 13 because that will allow me to wear almost any armor in the game. So that is a... Actually, you know what? That might be better because that'll also increase our melee damage. So let's go with that. So let's go with strength. That's a good idea. Now, what else do we have? Our riding is already maxed out at 2. That's fine. Weapon master's at 3. I'm actually very much okay with that. I don't care about being a horse archer. Don't care the least. Archery, I'll probably stick with crossbows when I finally do get to that because they can be very useful for siege battles. But we'll come back. I want to max out leadership because that's incredibly useful. I want some points in prisoner management. Persuasion, I'd like to have maxed. I have a point in surgery, that's useful. Inventory management would be good. Trainer. 1 point in shield. Let's put another point in power strike. Alright. And over here in our weapon points, what I'm going to get is a polearm. Specifically for this, I want a polearm because they're insanely useful for the one I'm looking for. But we're going to go with just flat one-handed for now. After this point, I'm probably not going to put any more points in anything I'm using because I'll mostly be using one-handed and polearms. And the reason I'm not going to do that is because when you're using those weapons, your skill goes up pretty fast. So I'm not going to waste my points. So I'll take the things I'm not as good at or not using as much, boost those up, because when you're doing tournaments at the different cities in the game, you're given random weapons. So it's good to have those extra skill points just in case. Alright, we're going to go with Oa. And done here. Alright. So on the character creation, I know these models really don't look fantastic at all. But I'm going to do something simple, and I will edit this later to look a little better, I hope. Because this is going to take time and effort. And I'll do it off screen because it's more fun. You know what? We'll go with that weirdness. You know what? I'll take it. Let's do it. Alright, so last thing on here, we're going to choose what faction land we start off in. We're going to start in the Kingdom of Swadia because they have arguably the best cavalry in the game because they're not the fastest, but they have the best armor and they tend to do some of the best damage. So we're going to go with the Kingdom of Swadia. You came by caravan through the heartland of Colradia. Green shoots of wheat, barley, and oats are beginning to push through the dark soil of the rolling hills, and on the lower slopes of the snow-capped mountains, herds of cattle and sheep are grazing on the spring grass. Occasionally, too, you catch sight of one of the great war horses that are the pride of the Swadian nobility. The land here is rich, but also troubled, as the occasional burnt-out farm bears witness. You keep a wide berth of the forest where desperate men have taken refuge. And it is some relief when you crest on a ridge and catch sight of the great port of Praven, its rooftops made golden by the last rays of the setting sun. Let's do this. You are exhausted by the time you find the inn in Praven and fall asleep quickly. However, you awake before dawn and are eager to explore your surroundings. You venture out onto the streets, which are still deserted. All of a sudden, you hear a sound that stands the hairs of your neck on end, the rasp of a blade sliding from its scabbard. This game always starts out like this, where you just get attacked by one random bandit. I love how it's like you hear the sound of a blade coming free of its scabbard, like from way the hell back here. Do appreciate being started in this alley, though. Where are you at? Oh, hell no. Fucking archer. Ow, you asshole. Ow. You know what? Screw you. That was a fail of epic proportions. Stabbed him through the heart. I've only been shot with arrows while in my crotchular area and in my arm. Look at that. 'Tis only a flesh wound indeed. Looks like a piercing. Are you alright? I guess you're alive at any rate. Yeah, he's gonna have a job for me. He started me in his home. Look at that. Alright. This guy here this starting mission is the same every time you start up the game. His brother's been captured by bandits. He wants you to raise a small force, take them, go save his brother, and then it releases you after that. So, yep. Not going to read all that. Takes too long. Yes, I'm interested. You have the option of saying you're not interested in doing this, which I find interesting. Oh crap, there's deserters right there. I need to avoid them. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. There are looters up here too? Okay. So I guess I'm gonna... Yeah, I guess I'm gonna just pay them off because it's not even gonna let me. I'm gonna have to fight them. Well, 1 against 5. Let's do this. If I had the okay. If I had the weapon I really want, this would be actually pretty hard because this terrain is awful for horses. Well, I've got 29 crossbow bolts. Let's do this. I just got to worry about the ones that throw rocks, which you'd think, oh, they're just throwing puny rocks. If you're riding full charge at someone while on the back of a horse, and they throw a rock into your face, that's gonna suck. So this is interesting. I'm gonna time-lapse this just a little bit. Okay, so they finally got up here. It took them like a minute. Alright, so for an archer, this is perfect. Really, I missed. I gotta aim up a little bit more. Shit, and they're throwing rocks. Alright, you butthole. Don't hurt my horse. Gotcha. Woohoo! Let me reload this while I just slowly ride past you guys. Yeah, I hear you back. Hey, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. That was a good miss. Good job. Come on, down the hill. Down the hill for me. They run out of rocks pretty quick, which is fortuitous. Owie. Stop it. Another one down. Another one down. 2 left. Uno más. Owie. Oh, that's... nope. Yep, I'm taking a beating. Let me reload this. This terrain is awful. God, I wish I could have fought them on even terrain. I would have slaughtered all of them. Is he running? He's running! At least that's what he thought he was doing. Alright. 5 killed, and there... Ooh, I didn't even look at my inventory. Requires 9... I'm not even... Am I... Yes, I have exactly 9 intelligence on the art of fighting with swords. Let's see. First loot of the game. Oh, yeah, that's much better than what I'm using. 22. Ooh, yes. Looks a little better, too. And I will wear this toque, because I don't have any other head armor. Alright, so that sucks, because that does mean my health is pretty low if I run into anybody else, but... Recruit 2 units. Yay. Alright, let's go. Where's the nearest town? These towns are a long way away. Recruit! We only need to recruit 5, but I'm going to go ahead and recruit as many as I can.
What's this then, eh?